How's like quarantine life at home?
It's pretty good. Just it's kind of boring, but just doing
Mhm.
a lot of schoolwork, kind of.
Got it. Wait, are you done with school, or do you have like a couple more like weeks or days left?
I have like a week and a half left.
Oh, okay, nice. You have like 3 weeks left. Sucks.
Oh wow.
I just want to be done with high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you picked up like any like new hobbies or like new things like while like just like all the free time and staying home?
Not really. Kind of just doing the same old stuff.
Mhm.
Not really anything new.
Got it. Like, have you been like watching like any like have you been watching like a lot of movies or TV show during this time?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I have been watching more like Netflix and
Mhm.
stuff, but that's really it.
Got it. Yeah, like during this like long period of time, like being home and during this like difficult time, like what would you say is like the biggest thing that you're learning during this time?
Probably just to like stay patient and not rush anything,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Got it.
just to enjoy myself
Hmm.
a little bit more.
For sure. Yeah, and like being injured for a pretty long time, right after like you had an amazing race, from Foot Locker, from cross country season. Like, how did that impact you like mentally, and how did you overcome that struggle? Because it must be like really tough and hard for you.
Yeah, it was really hard. Especially since I didn't think I was going to be able to have a track season, and then
Hmm.
obviously it got canceled from Corona. But yeah, it was hard to like see other people go out there and start training after, and I was just kind of cross training,
Hmm.
and then I ended up getting injured again and getting a second stress fracture. Just probably by cross training a little too hard and trying to go back too quickly and just trying to rush the process because I really wanted to have a track season.
Right.
Um, and be able to perform well. So I rushed it a little fast and I ended up getting injured even more. So it's just been hard to like watch other girls go out there and like do time trials and do
For
super
sure.
well. Even though I'm super happy for them, obviously, but it's just hard to not be competing right now and just it just doesn't feel the same. But
Right. Yeah. For sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
to
Same.
overcome
Like.
it though. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say to overcome it though, like I've had a lot of support with my family and
Hmm.
coaches and stuff, and we've been taking recovery um, super light and stuff, and I've just been trying to dig into the word as much as I can,
Hmm.
and that's basically it.
For sure. Yeah. I definitely like resonate as well because I've been injured for like more than a year and a half, and like my injury like it's unknown, and for like more than a year, like I've been meeting like different like so many different doctors and doing so many different tests, and like the doctors don't know what it is, and all the tests are coming out normal. So just having an unknown injury and like not being able to run, like senior year, like only ran like two of the last races, and ending my junior year running with an injury, senior year running with an injury, and also like just running like two races my junior year for track because like just too much pain. But like yeah, during that time, like just watching, especially like my senior year for cross country didn't like race because it was too much pain, but just realized like it's my last opportunity, never get this opportunity ever again, and just like watching teammates in the beginning was like super tough, like you said. And
Hmm.
but I think like during that time, like especially like right now, like even though like I don't like do any physical activity, it's still like it still hurts a bit in discomfort. So I think like during that time, I think like God really like is teaching me. Like I think during that time, like even though during the difficult times, I think God's really teaching me just to trust in Him. Because during that time, like I trust like just my trust for God is like I haven't trusted Him like during that time like I trust Him more than I ever had, and I think that
Yeah,
time like God is really like teaching me just different things, and especially trusting in Him, and despite like the difficult times, and like
yeah,
even during difficult times, it's like all for His plan and His will for me, and just like building like different like characteristics during that time. So like, what do you think like God is teaching you during this time just being injured, and yeah.
definitely the biggest thing is just to stay patient. Obviously, because my
Mhm.
first time around, I was not patient, and that kind of bit me in the butt a little bit.
Mhm.
So, but definitely staying patient and just to keep trusting in Him. And I think I've been like reading the Bible more than I have before. So I think this
Mhm.
injury maybe was to show me that I need to stay committed to Him more and just keep reading the Word as
Mhm.
much as I can.
For sure. Like I think for me, like another thing, like I think during like junior year, I think that's when I got injured, like, going to junior year. I think during that time, like, running was like I think, to be honest, like, number one in my life. Like, just like so consumed about running, even the sport, and just like running in general, and just like always like spending all my time on like running research and just like investing
Hmm.
in time. So I think like really, taking my passion away for a bit, and just like having like reconsider my perspective and my thoughts of like, and realizing that, like, putting God first in my life, and just spending more time on Him, and just growing in my faith, is definitely one of the biggest thing that came out away from my injury as well, for
Yeah,
sure.
I agree. I just felt like kind of my identity was like came through running, and it's
Hmm.
really not that. And it kind of opened like my heart up a little bit to realize that my running's not gonna last forever, but and just to keep my faith and keep trusting God
Hmm, for
and
sure.
just to put Him first, like you were saying.
Right. Yeah, like, so like being like so accomplished runner as a freshman, and running crazy like times, and just, being so accomplished, especially at Foot Locker, and like having like your identity and purpose in running, like, especially like being having that taken away, like kind of I was mentioning before and asking you, like like what was the biggest thing, like at that moment when everything was taken away, and you realized, oh, and I'm injured, and like I just had a phenomenal season, and so much potential, but now like I have to, like, recover, and I won't be as fast as I was, but it's going to take a long time to recover and get back to, the best shape, and the best runner that you are. So like, what's your thoughts on that? And yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know it's gonna be super hard to like mentally and physically just to get back into shape and to
Mhm.
like even just learning how to run again because I've just taken a lot of time off. But um, just I know that my coaches and my family are gonna help me get through it,
Mhm.
and no matter what, like I just know that everything's gonna be okay, and it's okay if I don't end up being able to qualify for a national meet or do things that I was trying to or break any records
Mhm.
this year or whatever because I know I have other time, like I have time.
Right.
Obviously, 'cause I'm a little bit younger,
For
but
sure.
just obviously going back again, just trusting the Lord and knowing that this happened for a reason.
Hmm. For sure. Like, yeah, you're very big and open about your faith, as Christians. So how did your relationship begin with God?
Um, that's a good, I think it's just like I just went to church really young, and
Hmm.
I've just kind of always been close with him. I mean, obviously, there's been times where I've not been as close with him, but
Hmm.
I just know that he gets me through everything. So kind of just my parents introducing me to him just
Hmm.
got me to follow him when I was younger.
All right. And what we see is like, how have you grown in your faith the past couple of years?
Oh, how have I grown?
Yeah.
I feel like this year was probably a big year for me actually because I like I just used to not really read like the actual Bible as much. Like I would listen to some sermons and stuff like that or read some books
Hmm.
that weren't necessarily like exactly the Bible. Like they had some scripture in it,
Hmm.
but they weren't directly the Bible. And I feel like just actually reading the Bible, I've done that more in the past year, and it's definitely helped me. And at my school at IMG, that they do some trips where you can like go off campus and go to church. So
Hmm.
my friend and I, that's my teammate, we've like joined a church locally there. So
Hmm.
I still get to have some sort of church over at IMG, so it's nice.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. Like, definitely, like, during this time of just quarantine, and just all this free time, definitely just like having the time to read more about the Bible definitely like resonates well. Like during this time, like, because before, like, I just struggled with, especially like reading the Bible as well, and just like, especially with like, time, because I was like super busy with work and so many other stuff as well. But really having, and one of my biggest prayer requests, just, spending time with the Lord, and having that time open. But yeah, just definitely like, having all this free time, just really, love, like using advantage, just like growing my faith, and just learning more about God, and spending time more in Scripture, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So as you mentioned about like kind of IMG, of like, because um, in order to like leave IMG, you gotta go with like a coach, right? Or like, right?
Um, oh, like to leave the campus, you're
Yeah.
saying? No, you can like sign off and go. They have like certain trips and stuff you can
Hmm.
take to leave IMG. But if you're going to like a meet, obviously you would have to leave with the coach. They have to
Got it.
take you. But
Mhm. Oh,
yeah.
okay, interesting. Yeah, and what would you say is like the biggest thing that you're learning in your faith right now?
Um, I would just say again, like patience and
Mhm.
trust and just keeping my faith stronger than ever. Like I think those three things are just so important, especially through Corona and
Mhm.
my injury and stuff, and just knowing that, knowing that I just need to trust the process and that everything is going to turn out in my favor.
For sure. And what kind of impact does your faith have on running?
Um, it's definitely a big impact. Like I would say that's my number one,
Mhm.
like, just go to, I guess. I mean, just always knowing that I'm running for God and that He's going to get me through everything is
Mhm.
just such an important thing for me, especially. And I feel like it just helps me feel like less nervous for races and just for my future in general.
For sure. And definitely having that purpose and reason for running as well. For sure. Um, is there like a Bible verse that really helps you like in running, or is there like a favorite Bible verse you have just in life in general?
There's one that a coach gave me. I actually have my Bible right here, so
Mhm.
I didn't memorize it, but it's Hebrews 10:23. Let me find it. Okay. Oh, it says, "Let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm,
Mhm.
for God can be trusted to keep His promise." So
Nice.
I just feel like again it goes back to like faith and
Right.
trusting Him and trusting your path and knowing that He already has His whole plan and that he's promised, a great future. So I just really like that verse, and a coach gave me that, which was my old running coach. So
Mhm.
I just hold that tightly
Sure.
to my heart.
That's awesome. Amazing. How did you get into running? Like, did you start running like in freshman year, or did you like run before when you was little and just run like a couple like 5K races or track races?
Yeah, I kind of ran like a few local like 5K races near my house, probably like three a year or something like that, just
Hmm.
for fun, like with my mom and stuff. And
Nice.
then when I was about 10, my mom like just said something crazy. She was like, "Hey Carly, do you want to do a half marathon?" So
Oh
we
wow.
just decided to do this half marathon. It was for the St. Jude's like charity.
Hmm.
So we did that. I think it was up in Tennessee when I was 10. And then after that, I was just something kind of clicked, and I just decided that I loved to run. So, but then I still didn't really continue. Like I just continued to do like a few 5Ks um, a few times a year, but I wasn't really ever big with it. And I played soccer a lot when I was younger.
Hmm.
But then finally in seventh grade year, I wanted to try cross country just to stay in shape because I also played tennis at the time
Right.
because I was big in tennis at that time. And so I decided to just do cross country to stay in shape in seventh grade.
Hmm.
And then I just realized I had a gift in running. So
Hmm.
I just decided to continue from there. And then I ended up stopping tennis in like a year ago and then fully just focusing on running.
Got it. That's crazy. Like, always hear about that. Like 99, they're like 99.9%. Like all the top runners are just runners that are fast, have soccer background, and
Hmm.
sometimes I hear a lot starting cross country from just doing training, and never
Yeah.
falling love in that sport for sure. Yeah, like how was like do you remember like just the thoughts and just like when your mom told you when you're going to run like a half marathon when you were 10, like especially like not training before at all. Like, did you train before that?
No, we didn't really prepare that much.
Mhm. Yeah, how was it like running that young?
It was fun. Like it was really cool because there were like so many people just cheering me on because I
Hmm.
was so young. So obviously I stuck out like during the race, but it was cool. And then you saw all the patients from like the St. Jude's, like they were all just out there
Hmm.
and just cheering us on, and it was just like a really cool experience. I
That's
really
awesome.
enjoyed it.
That's cool. I did some research, and you mentioned about like you playing tennis and really big on tennis, and you're also ranked as well. So like, do you miss like playing tennis, and like how hard was the decision to quit? I know like when you found out that running was your gift, but like at the beginning you were really big on tennis and ranked as well,
Hmm.
and trying to yeah. So I don't know if you want to if you're pursuing tennis or not, but yeah, what was that decision like?
Yeah, this decision was actually super tough. I contemplated it for a while
Hmm.
because I thought like tennis was my love, and so I actually went to in a tennis academy in eighth grade. So I
Okay.
missed track season. So I did cross country in eighth grade, and then for track season for the second semester of school, I went to a tennis academy in Texas, and so I trained there for a while, and then came back that summer, and I just like started to run a little bit here and there again. And then I just got this random opportunity for IMG. I don't really remember how it happened, but
Hmm.
I think my mom just sort of like called IMG, and we just talked to them for a while, and we took a visit and stuff because I was still sort of into running. Like I still didn't know when I came after I came back from the academy because I didn't have like the best experience there. So I didn't really understand why. So I just kept searching and started running again. And then the IMG opportunity came up, and then we took a visit and loved the coach. And then I was like, well, if I want to go to IMG, I'm gonna have to stop playing tennis.
Hmm.
So that was such a hard decision, but um, I just ended up doing running because I just thought that um, like God was calling me to do something, and that opportunity wouldn't have been there unless He was telling me that that was what I needed to do. And so
Hmm. Sure.
that's where I just decided, and I knew that I had more of a gift in running than I did tennis.
Hmm.
Even though I did love tennis, I just felt like since I loved running too and I had a bigger gift in running that I wanted to pursue that. So, and I'm really glad I made the choice.
Awesome. Do you play a lot of singles or do you like duos as well?
Um, I did, yeah, I played singles, but I did also do a lot of doubles, like with my mom and stuff because she plays tennis too. So that's kind of how tennis started for me too, was through my mom.
Hmm.
But
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I love tennis. Tennis is really fun.
Mhm.
What would you say is like the hardest part of tennis for you?
Probably just like staying mentally focused throughout like the whole match
Hmm.
because some matches can just last so long, and
Right. Yeah.
yeah, it's really tough.
Hmm. Nice.
So
Nice. Yeah. Like for me, like tennis is so much fun, but I like definitely serving is like so freaking hard. Like
oh yeah,
to be that
it
accurate and
yeah.
just like really impressive, just like tennis player, just how accurate they are, and
I know
especially in serving.
it's a lot of, it takes a lot of practice. That's
Hmm.
one thing about tennis is that you have to spend hours on the court a
Right.
day
Hmm.
just grinding. So it's tough. Yeah, for sure.
What's like type of style like you play in tennis? Like, are you about like just slow, or just like because some people are just a consistency, like not a lot of power, but some people are kind of aggressive and a lot of power, but some people are just about just being consistent and trying to just get the ball over the net.
Yeah, I would say it was like a little bit of both. I kind of like tried to be smart and being consistent, but then when I had a shot that I could like go for and get some power on, I would do that. So I was just probably a mixture of both, and I liked actually like trying to come in as much as I could to the net
Hmm.
and finish at the net because I felt like I was better at volleying, so that's probably why I liked doubles too,
Okay,
just because of the volleying aspect. You do more volleying there, but yeah.
nice. Do you miss playing tennis, or like have you been playing tennis, or not that long, but since like eighth grade?
I actually have not picked up a racket much at all.
Oh, okay.
I do miss it, especially since I had some awesome coaches there, just
Hmm.
good mentors in general. But yeah, I miss the sport, but I don't know. It's just been a while since I picked up a racket, especially like I probably would have during Corona if I
Hmm.
was not injured, but
Hmm.
I can't really put that much pressure on my feet right now, so
Right.
it kind of sucks, but it
Got
is
it.
what it is.
Yeah, going back to kind of like cross country, just like all your accomplishment, like in your first year as a freshman, and like, do you kind of expected that, or like, what was your reflection on just like after like the locker, just all the things you accomplished just as a freshman, just your first year of the sport, and still have so much potential and still a lot of room for growing as a runner. Like, did you know that you had that in you?
I would say no, not really. Like I even starting in seventh grade when I started cross country again, I didn't even think I was gonna like it was gonna be some serious thing for me. I just
Hmm.
thought it was gonna be something where I stay in shape, so I wasn't really expecting anything. And then I started to realize that I had some gifts in it, and it kind of just took off from there. But I wasn't really expecting myself to like probably finish top 10 like I did at Foot Locker,
Hmm.
and that was just an amazing accomplishment that was awesome to hear, but and then or it was awesome to experience as well, but
For sure.
and then going like after Foot Locker, just hearing that now I have a stress fracture, like that was really hard for me, but
Hmm. Sure. Yeah, how was your what was the highlight for Foot Locker for you, or
um
especially and also like this season as well, your
yeah,
freshman year?
for Foot Locker, just I feel like just the overall experience, like always getting the gear and all that
Yeah, it's
fun
sick.
stuff, and just hanging out with the girls. I met some awesome people there, so I just thought that was an amazing experience. And then of course, California is just like beautiful, so
For
it
sure.
was nice to be there. But and from the season, I feel like Foot Locker probably was my highlight of the season, but
Hmm.
also just being since I was on a new team and stuff, just being able to connect with all my teammates was amazing, and we just were able to become so close in just one small season. So it was really awesome.
Nice, nice, for sure. Yeah, this year I was able to get the opportunity to go to NXN and also Foot Locker and both race and a totally different kind of experience and vibe as well. Like, and you also ran at NXN eighth grade. So
Mhm.
like, what's your yeah, like, what would you say is like your favorite? What do you like, better and just like your experience wise?
Let's see. Well, I thought like NXN was like I didn't like the weather there,
Oh
and
yeah,
this year it
sucks
was even worse.
for
If I
sure. Yeah.
felt so bad for the girls racing there,
Hmm.
but so Foot Locker was definitely nicer in that aspect, but like the gear and stuff, I felt like it was cooler at NXN and like
Hmm.
the presentation, and I just felt like NXN was a little bit more organized.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I felt like they didn't really divide everything up. Actually, no, never mind. I was gonna no, they did, but I was gonna say that they divided everything up into like regions and stuff,
Hmm.
but um actually, no, NXN did. Yeah, I'm sorry. NXN kind of like you room with people that are in your region and stuff like that,
Right.
which is cool. But it's kind of cool to try to get to know girls from other regions that you don't like live near or anything,
Hmm.
and
Right.
just get to know like them and how and their experiences of where they live.
Hmm.
But so Foot Locker, I was able to room with someone from the Northeast, I want to say, and I just thought
Okay.
it was a like kind of cool that how they just mixed it up a little bit.
Right.
So that aspect I liked about Foot Locker.
Hmm.
But if I had to choose one overall, I would say Foot Locker just because of I like the course better and
Hmm.
because of the weather. And yeah, that's basically
For
it.
sure.
Like,
Hmm.
but the gear was definitely cooler at Nike. So,
Yeah,
and if I
sick.
had a team, I feel like definitely Nike, obviously, because you can't really do team at Foot Locker. Like, you can't
Right,
go
it's
to
individual.
nationals as a team.
Hmm.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like, for example, like definitely I think like the course wise, it's Glendale Golf Course, like it's a really beautiful course, and nicer, but definitely the weather for sure, huge impact,
Mhm.
and just the way you perform, it's super nice over there in San Diego. Yeah, and I realized like going to Foot Locker for the first time, like it's really chill there compared to NXN. Like it's
Yes,
so
I
laid
was gonna
back.
say the same thing actually. Yeah, it's like it seems like a little bit smaller venue, and I just feel like it's honestly probably better for the racers because I feel like it's a little bit more nerve wracking when there's like when NXN is just packed and
Right,
crowded.
right.
Foot Locker was a big change for me, and I actually wasn't expecting it to be like that, but
Hmm.
I just thought overall like the environment for me like was just way better.
Hmm. Yeah, I realized like Foot Locker you can just like I think in NXN you just like have to have like a chaperone with you, but I think like for like like Foot Locker and just like schedule for you. But I think like Foot Locker can just like go out on the beach and just like hang out by yourself and
Oh
it's
yeah,
really
definitely.
chill.
Yeah, that's also yeah, I like that a lot
Hmm.
better about Foot Locker too. It's like you had more freedom there
Right.
than you did at NXN. You could like go into your parents and coaches a little bit more than you could at
Hmm.
NXN. So
Right.
I liked that.
Yeah, I realized like in NXN you can't like meet with your parents or go anywhere. You can meet them at at the
Yeah.
headquarters in a hotel. But yeah, I think with that environment of just being so chill and laid back, and a lot of freedom. Would you say it's like less more nervous than compared to anything where it's like all
Yeah.
like packed and everything?
For sure.
Got it. And so during the races, like do you get a lot of, like do you get very nervous, and if so, like how do you overcome and deal with that nerves?
Yeah, I do get super nervous. I would say just like knowing that everyone out there is nervous, and just knowing that I just need to go out there and do my best no matter what the time is. Like sometimes it's super hard, like because a lot of the races that I would just race in Florida, like I knew I was expected to win. So it definitely is nerve wracking, but just knowing that I'm just gonna go out there and perform my best and know that God is in control is just super important for me. And yeah,
For sure.
that's it.
Yeah, just being as freshman, like what are like I said, you accomplish a lot. What are some of your goals and things that you want to accomplish in high school?
Um, Honestly, like right now, it's hard to know like what type of goals I want to set
Hmm.
and stuff. So I haven't really set many goals right now. Just
Hmm.
a goal right now actually is to just get like recover from this injury
Hmm.
as soon as possible, and also not go out too fast and just try to ease back into it and not push too hard like I have in the past.
For
So
sure.
that's kind of a goal right now, just to keep fueling my body and keep it strong and healthy, and hopefully just to stay injury free. Honestly,
Hmm.
that's probably the biggest goal, is just to stay injury free through the rest of high school, so that way I can just continue to get better and progress.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. That's really tough. Just like being injured and just like trying to get better as fast as possible, and get in shape as fast as possible. But just like learning and knowing that you just you gotta trust the process, and it's even though it's like slow, just gotta like deal with it, and have a and then the day we just have a better outcome for sure.
hmm
What would you say is like the biggest thing that you want to learn from just your experience from high school running?
What I want to learn from high school running, probably again, well, I'm learning this right now, is obviously staying patient,
Hmm.
and I just want to learn to um, listen to my body a little bit more. That's probably the number one thing, just because that's how I probably got injured, was just not listening to my body
Hmm.
and knowing, like being able to know when it needs rest, when I need more fuel, and
Hmm.
just, knowing how to recover a little bit better, just all sorts of things, and knowing like when to push hard in workouts, when to not push hard, and just learning how to like be able to stay injury free,
For sure.
like as easily as possible. So
Yeah, definitely. Like I learned a lot, like from just growing a lot as a runner as well. Like my first year of just like cross country running, like I took like literally everything like super hard and took out like my normal runs, long runs, and just like work out everything hard. But just realized that, like you just gotta trust. Like I said, trust the process, and just like take the easy days easy, and yeah, just overall just don't go like crazy hard, and just like and just like listen to your body, just how you feel, and just the amount of rest and just recovery and just taking care of your body and mentally as well, for sure.
definitely.
Well, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind as a runner?
I just I think I just want others to to just trust God like as much as I do, and just to know that He's gonna be there for everyone no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just kind of just it's kind of hard to know what I want others, want to leave others with. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, probably just trusting the process and knowing that you're gonna get through it no matter what, and no matter what happens, everything's just gonna be okay.
For sure. Being as a freshman, what are some of your thoughts on like all the media attention and like as you got as a high school student and athlete, and especially just being young and like like in the articles and just being interviewed like almost every race afterwards.
I would say like it definitely is a bit intimidating.
Okay.
Just being interviewed and just being like the center of attention. Like
Hmm.
that's not necessarily my favorite thing, but I just I just accept the interviews and
Hmm.
just go on with it. But yeah, it's hard when people post on social media and stuff too, just trying to mentally like not get into it too much or
For sure.
see what other girls are doing and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
to just try to take breaks from that sort of stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely tough just being younger and having interviews in my face and stuff. But I
Right.
think I'll end up getting used to it and stuff. It'll
Got
end
it.
up being better.
Um, and what is it? What is it like in your experience going to like a boarding school, especially like IMG Academy, such a bougie school and like the nicest school like I ever seen?
My experiences are awesome, which is why I'm going back next year. Yeah, I just love training there. Like everything is just so like accessible. Like every day, if you just want to go out and start training, you
Hmm.
can, and it's like you have tons of access to like gyms, bikes, any sort of cross training you want to do. We have a pool, like
All right.
just everything is right there on campus, and you have cafeteria where like your food is made for you, and
Hmm.
it's not like crappy school food. It's like pretty decent.
Yeah, I bet. Hmm.
So yeah, it's I just really like it and how the school is just right on campus, and then you just have a dorm that you go back to
Hmm.
at the end of the night and stuff. So I just like it, and being around my teammates all day is probably really cool.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I didn't know there was that like that type of high school that looked like what IMG looks like before I
Hmm.
found out that IMG is like it's like crazy if you just Google it and just look at the images of just like how the school looks and just like the facility and resource that they provide is just insane.
Yeah.
And especially just like that's why like their foot like especially their football, their basketball is like so big.
Oh yeah.
So I realized that like their coaching staff is like really like big too, and just in terms of which is like former NFL, players or coaches and D1 as well. For sure.
And their tennis is really big too. They have like a
Oh, that's
lot of
right.
court stuff.
Right.
So
Nice,
yeah.
nice. What is like the hardest thing about like going to boarding school? Definitely like being away from your family. Like how do you like deal with that and just like your experience there?
Yeah, being away from my family is actually really hard. Sometimes it gets lonely, but like having my teammates there is really nice,
Hmm.
and my coach is really awesome too. So he's kind of like a father figure almost to me.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like comforting in that regard, but it definitely is hard being away from my real family, and
Hmm.
just I think FaceTiming and all this like
Hmm.
modern day technology now is just helping coping with all that become a little bit easier.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it was great meeting Coach Justin at Foot Locker. Yeah, such an amazing
Hmm.
coach in person, and great personality as well. Very caring person.
Hmm.
Mhm. And also like very like knowledgeable with just the sport of running and for sure.
Hmm. For
Um,
sure.
for like IMG wise, like boarding school, like you don't get like that typical like I don't know like what I assume like don't get that typical like kind of like high school or just kind of like that living environment and yeah just the way you live. Like do they kind of like try to like like you said you can go out like do they let you go out like anytime and just like go to movies or just like having just a normal like kind of life or just being
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, you can like if you're a junior or a senior, I'm pretty sure you can like sign off whenever you want.
Hmm.
But if you're like a little bit younger, so like freshman or um, like 10th grade and below, I guess, you
Hmm.
can't really like you don't have as much of freedom
Okay.
as you would if you're a junior and a senior, but you can still like they have a lot of trips that you sign up for,
Hmm.
and you just go on a bus and with like a bunch of other kids that sign up for the trip too, and they like go to the mall, go to the movies.
Hmm.
They like do ones to just like simply just to like get ice cream and go to the store like Publix, yeah, just all that type of stuff. Sometimes like on the weekends they'll do like community service trips,
That's cool.
or they'll do like a brunch trip and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So it's pretty cool. And
That's
then
awesome.
they obviously do church trips too that I like to go on.
Nice. How's the community and just like building relationships wise at IMG?
It's good. Like I think if you're trying to build a relationship, like that's probably the best place to be. Like
Hmm. Right.
your team, especially because like you're with them a lot. Like you
Hmm.
eat dinner with them, you practice with them, you like might have some classes with your teammates.
Hmm.
So I think in that regard, like since you're with them just like all the time, it's kind of you just build the relationships and you
Hmm.
become super close. So
Sure. What is it like a day in a life as like IMG student and athlete?
so like usually I would wake up and like our school starts at 7:40, so I would go to
Okay.
school from 7:40 to 12:10,
Hmm.
and then I get out. But so usually I have like 2 to 3 classes a day, but they're like an hour and 20 minutes each.
Hmm.
Um, and that depends. Like I'll have 2 classes if I have a free period on some days, but so we'll like switch off days. Like we have like A and B
Hmm.
days or A and B classes and stuff like that. So, but school's from 7:40 to 12:10, and then usually we get some lunch and stuff like that, and then usually around like 1:30 or 2 we'll like start to go to like this little building that we do like prehab exercises and
Hmm.
stuff for practice, and then we'll do some like mobility and stuff, and then at 3 that's when practice starts, and then usually we'll do practice for like probably 2 hours or so, and
Hmm.
then we will either lift if we have like lift, or we'll do some sort of like mental training and stuff like that, and then we'll go eat dinner, and then basically you can like there's a study hall that you can go to if you just
Hmm.
want to go back to the school and study, or you can go back to your room and study, or if you just don't have anything you can hang out with your friends and stuff. But
Hmm.
and they have a lot of on campus like activities that they have during the weeknights, like they'll do like tie-dyeing shirts and stuff like
Hmm.
that just on campus, just like fun little things.
That's cool.
So that's basically it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice. Do you have like a lot of free time, especially like like you mentioned, just like having only 2 classes. Like, do you get a lot of schoolwork or not really? IMG.
Schoolwork isn't too bad. Like it also depends on the classes you take,
Right.
obviously. But like I didn't take any AP classes this year, so I didn't like have anything too terrible.
Hmm.
So honestly, like I don't think the work is too bad. I mean, we still have like homework and stuff, but I enjoy having 2 to 3 classes a day that are a bit longer rather than like 7 or 6 classes a day that are
Right.
like shorter. It's
Same.
just I just like it better.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Like for the facility wise, does like the student have like access to like the gym and stuff like that, or is it just mainly for the athletes?
Um, well, there's mainly like IMG consists of like all student athletes, so like everyone is allowed to access the gym and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, all students and athletes can access the gym.
Nice. How's the Gatorade Sports Sensing? That's so cool that IMG has that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They do. I'm pretty sure they do like sweat tests. They started to do that
Mhm.
before spring break. They do like sweat tests and stuff to like show how much you like lose and stuff while you're working out, and
Mhm.
then um, just to help you like learn how to fuel your body better and stuff, and like to know like if you need to take in electrolytes and stuff. And then
Mhm.
they also have like a Gatorade booth where you can go and get like free like protein bars or
Mhm.
protein shakes that are Gatorade, and just like free Gatorade drinks and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool. How about in terms of like the I know like Gatorade and IMG to have like some kind of like like different resources just like testing your mind and how your mind functions and just like either in pressure or just like in game situations stuff like that yeah like how's those that testing stuff like that.
I actually personally haven't done much of the Gatorade tests.
Oh, okay.
I think like a lot of the other sports do, but we don't really. Track and field doesn't really do. I don't know why we don't really do as much of the like mental training
Hmm.
like that Gatorade does. Like we have our own mental training coach, but we don't necessarily do it through like Gatorade.
Oh, okay, got it. And one a little bit more deeper question, like have you faced any like adversity in life or a big low point in running, and if so, like what do you do to overcome that and what did you learn during that time?
This is probably just my lowest point in running, I would say, because I've never really been injured before.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, just going back to trusting God, with the help of my
Mhm.
family and having faith, just all of that stuff just plays a big role into it, and just knowing that it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna end up like everything's just gonna end up being okay.
Mhm.
So no matter
Right.
what, that's basically
Got it.
it. Yeah.
You're only a freshman, but have you thought about like having any mind of what colleges you want to go to and like run?
I think like my mom went to Notre Dame University, so I
Oh,
think that'd
nice.
be super
Yeah,
cool,
great
stuff
running
like
team.
that. Yeah, and obviously like Stanford and all that would
Mhm.
be awesome, and obviously all those girls that are going to NC State, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
it's
So that'd
crazy.
be cool to run with
Mhm.
them.
For sure. Yeah, it's insane. Like it's how many
Yeah,
like how stacked it is, and just like
I can't believe how many girls are going there.
right, yeah, like Claire Waters and Caitlin, Marley, and just like like in already having Cus Camille there, and just like opening it up for like other like seniors that are going to go there. Like who doesn't want to run with those top best of the
I
best, you know?
know.
So yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Have you thought about like what you want to major in?
Not really. I actually haven't gotten there yet.
Mhm. Got it. And who do you say like your inspiration in life?
Definitely my mom. She just, yeah, she just always inspires me every day. She always works hard, and she's she's pretty good with her faith too.
Hmm.
So she definitely just inspires me, and she always knows how to find the positives and just always encourages me to do my best and just keep working.
Hmm. That's awesome. Uh, is there any runners that you look up to and get just inspiration from?
Um, I'd say like obviously Caitlin Toohey, like she's
Hmm.
awesome,
For
so
sure.
she's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, and then Colleen Quigley, she's a
Colleen,
steeplechaser. She's
for
really
sure.
cool. Like I follow her on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I just love how she spreads like so much
Yeah,
positivity.
for sure.
Yeah, it's just cool. Like all the Bowerman track club people are pretty cool. I like to see how what they
Hmm.
do and their workouts and stuff. So
For sure. Yeah, Colleen, no matter at any extent. Yeah, I like her personality. Just very bright and just very outgoing, and just her, like you say,
mhm,
just her positive energy and just vibe that she, gives for sure. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. Caitlin's really cool too. Yeah, she's like as a person in general, like very friendly and
Yeah.
very caring person. Just very nice person as well.
Hmm.
Mhm. Um, let's see here. Are you in any clubs at IMG?
Not really. We don't really like. They have some clubs, like they have like fishing clubs and stuff
Oh,
like that.
cool.
Cause we have like a little lake and
Mm.
or like pond, I guess, by outside of IMG. And I forget what I think they may have like a photography club or like I don't really know if we even have a yearbook club or anything like that. But
Oh, okay.
we don't have too many clubs, so I don't really.
Mhm.
I'm not really in any clubs.
Got it. What do you say? IMG is like mainly like a lot of people that go to IMG are just like athletes and just like trying to like, especially like top athletes, and just trying to go there for just
Yeah,
training and resource.
yeah. I think yeah, a lot of athletes like there, yeah, just a lot of people at IMG in general, just probably trying to go for something big.
Right. Got it. And if you could have food with three people living or dead, who would it be?
Um, I don't know. This is a hard question.
Right.
Probably, probably calling quickly, definitely.
Colleen.
Um, and probably my grandpa because I didn't really get to know him that well, but
Hmm.
like my friend said, he was an amazing guy, and he passed away like when I was really young, so I didn't really know him that well.
Hmm.
So probably him. Um, I don't know. I don't really know anyone else. Like probably obviously like anyone famous probably that'd be cool. Probably
Hmm.
like Roger Federer or someone like a tennis player.
That's
Like
awesome.
those guys are crazy. They just grind all day, and
Yeah, for sure.
it would be kind of cool to just hear their experiences and
Hmm.
stuff throughout all of that, and just being like how they're able to be on top all the
Hmm.
time, and how like they've been able to be like number one for so many years. Like
Hmm.
that's just crazy to me, and how there hasn't been anyone really who's been able to match what he's like, how good he is and stuff. So I
Nice.
think that's cool.
Is Roger your favorite player for tennis?
Yeah, he's my
Hmm.
favorite. Yeah,
Do you think
tennis
he's
player.
better than Rafa Nadal?
Um, I think so. I
Mm,
mean, I think Nadal is awesome, but I just like the like Roger Federer just because of his composure on the court and stuff, and he's just like a very sophisticated player and
mm,
like is super calm and relaxed, and I kind of look up to that just because he never seems like he's like super stressed out or
mm,
anything. He's kind of just chill and just goes with the flow, and I feel like that's really important for running too, just being relaxed
mm.
and calm before races.
Got it. How about for females, like Serena Williams up there, or
Yeah, Serena Williams, yeah, she's definitely up there. I think she's amazing too. She's a beast, I would say.
for
Just
sure?
overall, I just look up to her because she's just an amazing like all around athlete.
Mm, for sure, for sure. Let's see here. What are some of your favorite songs and artists that you like to listen to?
Um, Songs and artists. I don't really know. Like I don't really have that many like favorite songs and artists, I guess. I kind of
Okay.
just like what's on the radio, like the pop stations and Christian stations and
Hmm.
stuff like that. But I guess one of my favorite pop songs would probably be Blinding Lights. I think it's by The Weeknd or something like that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I
Did you
like that
listen to
song.
the new The Weekend song or the album?
What do you know what it is?
No, I
What new
forgot.
album
But there's
it's
a new one
called?
that came out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if I listened to it.
Okay. Let's see here. Do you have a favorite movie? Or what are some of
Um,
your favorite movies if you don't have one?
a favorite movie. I'm not really a big movie person.
Okay.
Just I'm more of like a TV series person.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
I like a bunch of people really like Outer Banks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like on Netflix, like I really like that show. I think it's really
Nice.
cool. But let me think. A movie. Um, oh, I like Medea movies. Like Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
That is,
Hmm.
yeah. I think like all Medea movies, they're just so
Yeah.
funny. Like especially the Halloween ones. There's Medea Boo or something, and then
Uh-huh.
Boo 2. I think those are good ones. Like they're worth the
Mm.
watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen like the old classic Halloween one. I've seen the recent one that came out. Yeah.
Yeah, there's recent ones. Yeah.
Have you seen the recent one?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was that dark going into it. I was like, dang, it's like pretty gory as well. It's what you
Yeah,
saw.
it is.
Hmm. And yeah, Tyler Perry's crazy. Like just especially like doing big things. Just especially creating like. Did you hear about like him creating like a huge movie studio?
Oh no, I didn't hear
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
crazy. Like I think it's like the biggest. Um, I think biggest movie studio out there. Yeah,
Wow.
it's insane. I think it's like more than like I don't know. It's like crazy money. Like more than like 300. I don't know. It's like insane, crazy
Wow.
millions of dollars that he created, and just like name after like very accomplished and claimed like African American people in the entertainment industry. Sure. Is there any like TV shows you recommend or like what are you watching on Netflix?
Yeah, definitely Outer Banks. Like that's probably my favorite
Hmm.
one. I know a lot of people have probably already watched it, but yeah,
I heard about it.
that's
Hmm.
that's probably my favorite one. And then there's also one called I think it was like You or something.
Yeah, I
It's
seen
pretty good.
I seen
It's
this.
kind of creepy though.
Yeah, very creepy for sure. Yeah, I seen the first season. Have you seen the
Yeah.
season two?
Um, did they release two seasons? Because I think I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen them both. Yeah.
It's one in I think season two is in L.A. and season one is in
Okay.
New York. Hmm. Is this season two good?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. So,
Hmm. Got it. I mean, like compared to the first season.
oh, compared to the first season, yeah, I think they're about the same.
Hmm. It's just crazy. Just like it's like so creepy and just crazy. Just the way he thinks and just like yeah,
Yeah, I
just the way he
know. Yeah,
approaches.
I think actually he gets even crazier. So
Hmm.
you'll have to watch it. But
Got it.
yeah,
And what are some of your hobbies and things that you like to do in your free time just besides running?
I like to lift like at the gym.
Hmm.
Shopping with my mom is like super fun. Um, and I know well we haven't really gotten to do that much during quarantine, but
Hmm.
shopping definitely and playing tennis, which I
Nice.
miss a lot. But
Hmm.
um, and probably just reading my Bible, going on like social media and
Hmm.
stuff. But yeah, that's. kind of just everything that pretty much keeps me busy.
Sure. And so how do you like to spend like quality time with your family?
Um, Quality time with my family. Well, it's kind of hard because like my parents are divorced, so
Mhm.
like, and since I go to IMG too, so it's like when they come and visit, we go out to eat and stuff like that, or like we go to the mall. I
Mhm.
like to do that. Um, and then obviously like going on vacations is always super fun.
Mhm.
Um, I think my mom, my sister, and I are gonna try to go to the Bahamas this summer
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
if it opens up. So
Right.
just
That's cool.
stuff like that, little things, and just going out to eat and just enjoying each other's company.
Mhm.
Sometimes like my mom and sister and I like will play board games, even though that's like old school. It's still really
Mhm.
fun. So
Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite board game, or what do you guys play?
um, our favorite one is Clue.
Clue. Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's fun.
Mhm.
It's old but fun.
Right. Right. For in terms of lifting wise, like, what kind of like lifting do you do? That helps.
I don't like, for me personally, since I'm like a slower twitch muscle fibers or whatever, like
Mhm.
athlete, I typically do like more the higher rep, like not as much weight and like not as much power lifting really.
Okay.
But I still try to push the weight, but not as crazy as some people do where they only do like 5 reps of stuff. Like
Mhm.
I like to do higher weight just because I mean sorry higher rep because I'm just an endurance athlete.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I respond better to that type of training.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like to do like use dumbbells and do like bench and do like the chest press and stuff like that. So that's always really fun. So
Got it.
I just enjoy lifting in general.
Nice. And last question. What do you want your legacy to be in life?
Um, my legacy to be in life. Just to like, I just want to show others, just to keep following God, and I think
Mhm.
just to follow your heart, like especially with what I've gone through, like going from a sport that I thought I loved to something totally different, which
Mhm.
I had to trust God along the way and just keep praying about it. And then I just had a change of heart, and so I decided to follow that, and I just think I made a really good decision. So
Sure. That's awesome. Well, Carly, thank you so much for taking the time for your interview. I really appreciate your time and for you doing this and just conversation and yeah, just amazing runner in person. And thank you again. Hope you have a great day and God bless.
thank you.